What's going on, guys? JPB Duel here. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. And for today's matchup, we have an Adventure Pranks versus a branded Despia, with me as the prankster going first. Now, this is by no means an ideal hand, and 90% of the times I would tell you guys, do not ever start your combo with Roxy's if you have another Prankits combo starter card in your hand, because Roxy's requires a banish and you could easily lose out to other hand traps that you usually don't lose out to, like Elancia. So I would not recommend you start your combo with that. Also, you require a banish fodder in your hand. In this certain scenario, I had so many Prankits cards that it did not matter if I started my combo off of Roxy's. I could banish a card and keep my combo intact. Now over here, with the Roxy's banish, I drew into a really good card, which was my Nemesis Flag, which means that now since I banished a monster, I could put Flag on field. Flag would search me for Corridor, which will secure me my next turn. So if I use my Butler, banish my Meowmoo, I will be able to recycle my Meowmoo next turn with Corridor, go into my full combo. Now, a tip I could give you guys in this specific scenario, or what cards to run, is that you guys can run the Protos, but again, if you run Protos, you can't go into Butler, because in this current meta, Despia is going to dominate. You will be facing a lot of branded Despia players, and the card they like to use are dark cards, or the cards they use are dark cards. So if you go into Protos, dark lock them with Protos, they will just die out that turn itself. Now the flag can search you for Protos, but again, these are all bricks, so it's up to you guys if you guys want to run the Protos in this meta. We set down our Pandemonium, activate Pranks, recycle 3, draw into an Imperm, and that's the end of our turn. Now opponent's draw phase, obviously we activate our Bow Bark, get the cards recycle, so this way we could go into our Butler combo. Also, our Prankits cards are immune to destruction through card effects this turn. Now this guy, he drew into a 1-off, which is a Pot of P. And once he used the Pot of P, and with the cards he flipped over, I realized he's playing the branded Despia. He flips over a branded Fusion. Extremely lucky with the Pot of P. He banished 3, on the flip of 3, got the branded Fusion. Now this card is just a 1-card full combo for them without even committing their normal summon to the play. So he activates the branded Fusion, sends a Tragedy, goes into Lebellion. You guys already know the combo. I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of videos on YouTube now. People are just spamming out videos of combos of branded Despia and how to beat them or how to combo with them, so I don't need to go through the combo with it in my video. So Lebellion goes into Mirror Jade, of course, comes in the field. Now he puts a Faithful Adventure on the field. Faithful Adventure, he's going to search for the Enchantress, discard, banish, search for the right, and put the token on the field with the right of Ermasir. With this, he activates it again and gets the search for the Draco back. Over here, I decided to just use my Pandemonium, go into my Butler. Now, a tip for you guys, if you guys want to avoid all of this, and I mean all of the play that they can make up to Mirror Jade, what you do is that you chain link your Pandemonium to the activation of the branded opening. To the activation of branded Fusion. If you chain that, you go into Butler. Once their monster comes on the field, you get your graveyard activations. You use your Butler, pop your opponent's Lebellion, and I believe they cannot respond to it, and their field pops, they cannot go into the Mirror Jade. I believe that's how it's gonna go. So I did not chain my Pandemonium in the beginning because I knew even if I did that, it would not have mattered. This guy had not committed his normal summon to the play. But once he uses the right and puts the token on the field, that means even though he had an Aluber in his hand, if he normals out the Aluber, now he cannot activate the Aluber. So I'm safe from the Aluber play. I don't need to care about his normal summon. This guy messed up by using the branded opening right now. I'm not saying it's a misplay because it could be construed as a stroke of brilliance, because think about it. If he activates a branded in red, that's gonna special out the Aluber. Aluber will get the search off. Also, this card will be in the graveyard after this chain resolves. So what ends up happening is I would need to pop my Butler twice to be able to kill the Mirror Jade on the field, because the branded opening negates the destruction of fusion monsters for them by banishing itself from the graveyard. So you guys can construe this as a misplay or a genius play on my opponent's part, because if he had used the brand opening after I used my Butler's pop, because obviously the Mirror Jade is a quick effect which can be chain linked to the Butler activation, so it could have chain linked the quick effect of the Mirror Jade to Butler, banish Butler, or force me to use my Butler pop twice before he even goes into the branded opening to put the Aluber on the field and get his stuff. So that's up to you guys to decide. He activates Mirror Jade on my first Butler activation, so obviously we activate Butler again, pop itself. I do not want my Butler to get banished, even though I have a way to recycle my Butler with the Corridor. So right here, he banishes the branded opening, negates the destruction once, Butler pop goes through again, pops the Mirror Jade. Then we get all our graveyard activation, we put our Prank Kids cards on the field, as you guys see right here. And I do not commit both my Dropsies to the play, even though I could have put another copy of Dropsies on the field, because again, this guy has not used up his normal summon. If he normals out Aluber, he could have killed one of my Dropsies, or since he's searching for a branded in red, he could have still put more stuff on the field. So there's the Aluber search for branded in red. The Mirror Jade activates basically because this card was destroyed this turn. Every monster on my side will be popped at the end of my opponent's turn. But since our Bow Wow Bark pop went through, that means our Prank Kids monster cards are immune to destruction through card effects. So this Mirror Jade activating at the end of the turn to pop monster is invalidated for our Prank Kids monsters. So we are safe from that. Now he normal summons the Aluber, kills off my Lamseys, and sets down the branded in red, which we know that card is a branded in red. Ends his turn, activates the Albion from the graveyard, puts down a branded opening as well. Now again, the Mirror Jade activation of popping all the monsters does not affect us. Draw phase, I draw into a copy of Nib. Now at this point we know one card is branded in red, another card is branded opening. I have a Corridor in hand. Now the first thing that came into my head was, of course we have to recycle our Miamu with the Corridor. But the first thing that popped in my head was, if this guy does not commit the branded opening instantly as soon as he sees the Corridor on the field, he is screwed, because branded opening would be putting an Aluber on the field. Aluber will be searching him for another spell card or a trap card, whichever he wants to search for, basically a spell card. And since it is a targeted search, if I put Corridor and go into Colossus and then he activates the branded opening, this guy's done. He will not be able to get the Aluber search off, was the first thing that came into my head. So that is exactly what we do. Go into Corridor, activate Corridor. Since we activate a Thunder effect, we will be able to put our copy of Colossus on the field. Now, the Corridor has another effect as well. If you guys don't know about the other effect of Corridor, it states you can target one of your banished Nemesis monsters, except itself, add it to your hand. So this does not only get the Miamu back from the banishment pile, it will even add back the flag into our hand. Pretty broken effect if you ask me for this specific scenario. So I activate that. In response to that, my opponent activates branded in red. Now the reason why I activated the Corridor effect this way is because I wanted my opponent to go into Chimera if he had a way to go into Chimera. Because Chimera coming on the field will be popping my cards. I had no way to negate the Chimera. So I was trying to bait out the Chimera pop also. He goes off into the Tax Dragon, Masquerade. Masquerade comes in the field. We don't care about that. I instantly fusion out my Colossus, you guys will see. So with the Tragedy, he's searching for the Ad Libitum. We don't care about that. There is the Colossus right there. At this point, I was laughing along with my chat in when I was streaming and I was playing this game. I was laughing along with my chat. This guy opens a branded opening to put a Luber on the field and then realizes the Aluber search cannot go through because I have a Colossus on the field which card search locks him. Seeing that this guy just instantly scoops, I don't even need to go into my combo to kill him. That's gonna be it for today's game, guys. If you guys do enjoy these kinds of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subbing to my channel for more daily prank and video uploads, and if you guys are interested in the live version of all of this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jpbduel. Link along with my schedule and a link to my Discord will be in the video description itself for you guys to check out. This is JPBduel signing out for today. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace!